Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and I hope you guys have had a great week. I know it's been a little while since I've posted a regular video. I've had the shorts kind of rolling out; those are quite a bit easier. This time of year is usually pretty busy for me, but none of the kids want to play basketball this year, so we are doing other things. All three of them are in jiu-jitsu as well as my wife, so we have that going on. But other than that, there's just some house projects. My hands are getting a little bit more callous lately, just because working outside more than I am so inside. But I have a few videos that I want to record for you guys. So this one is actually going to be about a collection that I purchased off of eBay. This is the kind of collection that I built a lot of my Pokemon wealth on. Just buying this kind of thing, parting it out, finding good stuff inside of it. Of course, it isn't like an amazing collection, but it is really cool for what it is. I'm glad to still find that there's some of these out there. And so I am going to show you that now. All right, so I'm gonna start off with he had a stack. This is just kind of like extras that were with it, and you can see it's just like random cards. And what I did find a little unique about it is like this right here. This is German, like a German Charmeleon Unlimited. A lot of times you don't find too many foreign language cards. What most likely happened with this kind of collection is I bet he bought one of those. Like anime collection boxes that you would find at Toys R Us or someplace like that, where they were repacked. They had random packs that were different languages, different games. Might have been Yu-Gi-Oh, or it could have been whatever. And he probably opened up some of the packs that were like that. And so there's nothing too crazy in this stack. However, I will go back through these cards because there are certain cards in non-English languages that are really tough to come across. They're just not seen that often. And so people who are looking for them will pay a premium. It used to be that way with French cards. Anything that was French would bring a premium, especially on the older WotC sets. If you get past base set anyways, they get really scarce, like Team Rocket. Even some of the promos now, like I used to have French, Italian, and German birthday Pikachus, and I would sell them for like $7 a piece. But there's a few people that have reached out to me willing to pay like $1,000, and I think that might even be low for what it is. But this is just a random stack. This is not the reason that I went after the collection. A lot of those cards are just, they're just kind of there. The main picture was of holos, and I'll show you guys those here in a minute. This was pretty cool. Just if I could put this on the main camera. There we go. So, just like a little book bag, and it's got all these pockets. It's stitched. Had this inside too, which I thought was pretty cool. Oh. Until I drop it. Got a nice thick zipper pockets. You can tell this stuff is like really well made. A lot of times when you buy things nowadays, that this is the stuff that goes. There's nothing inside, but I would imagine this is for like a Game Boy or something like that. Maybe decks. I went through all the pockets and I didn't really find anything, but until I went down here. Look at that. Got some action flips in the side of it, in which I only saw this right before I did the video. So we'll show a few of these, and I'm going to show you guys the binder here in a minute. But yeah, so if you are aware, you got action flips, and then these are art box. These are the gold rares. These being way off center, that was something that was pretty normal. I haven't looked at these, so I'm hoping there's a Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. Uh-oh, we got the Squirtle, War Turtle. It does not go to Blastoise. Okay. I was thinking that it did, but that is not. Growlithe, Arcanine. Got the Eevee, Jolteon. Some more there. This is all going to be Generation 1. Or it should be anyways. Pidgeotto. Ooh. This one went all the way to Venusaur. Maybe I missed it on the Squirtle, War Turtle. Because I thought that they did. I believe there's 80 or 80. I think there's 80 cards in the lenticular set. Nope, he's not going to Blastoise. Just Squirtle, War Turtle. But this one does Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur. He does all three. Got a double of that one. And then there's a few more here. Let's see what else we have. Oh! Charmander, Charmeleon. No Charizard. darn. There's a Pikachu, Raichu, fitting for the very last one, so that's pretty cool. Lenticulars, they're not really worth anything. Neither of those cards that we pulled in the original stack. This was kind of like a nice bonus because actually I reached out to PSA Pikachu recently because he's been showing off some cool WotC collections that he's come across. Definitely big congratulations to him on finding those. But it kind of inspired me. I was like, you know what? I'd like to make some old vintage binder sets for my family. And, you know, sometimes the easiest way to do something like that is just to buy some collections where you can get a lot of these cards for really like pennies on the dollar compared to like if I go and try to find the Dragonite, I'm probably going to pay 10, 20 bucks a piece. Whereas, you know, if I buy it in a collection like this, yeah, it might be beat up, but I could probably find one for a couple of bucks. And so there was this binder that had a lot of these cards in here. And as I go through them, like there's a lot of base set. There's a lot of jungle, fossil, and then there's some neo sprinkled in here and there, a little bit of gem sprinkled in, you know, nothing too crazy, but as you can see, it's going to hit even like the rares, which is going to make it a lot easier going through trying to make the sets for at least the first three. And then the hollows, you know, I can kind of pick up here and there. It's got some like Gengar, there's Articuno, a lot of the rares for fossil right there, but there's a whole binder here. And it did have a few random surprises, like this is one of the surprises I ran into, the Sabrina's Abra. This is a pretty hard to find promo, especially in a 10. And, you know, I connect with the promos, but so much of this is just the first three sets, and there's a lot of it. So I think I'm going to be able to start those three sets pretty easy with it, unless, because I talked with PSA Pikachu, I was like, hey man, why don't you make some of these binder sets for me? Get them started up. I'm starting with nothing, and I'd love to do this with my family. But the main reason that I picked up the collection was, you know, this is what had caught my eye. Let me zoom back in. Now, spoiler alert, there's no like huge cards in this, but I want to show you guys what I saw. There's a nice Hitmonlee, got Electrode, there's Magneton, Mewtwo. Most of these, you know, I'm calculating in there $5 to $10 a piece, maybe a little bit more for certain cards. Like the Venusaur, I think I calculated maybe like 40 or 50. You can see it's got some damage there on it, which the listing said most of these were like really good condition. Almost all of them were pack pulled, other than I think the Dark Persian and another card, which was definitely not the case. Some of these cards you can tell have seen some play, but it was like your standard collection where like I've had it since I was a kid, pull straight out of a pack, put them into a binder. You saw the binder. I mean, it had stains on the inside of it. It's just one of those things where sometimes it can work out in your favor because like the cards really aren't that sorted through. They take a whole lot of time to sell it the way that they could have if they pieced everything out. But at the same time, the condition could be really bad. Like this is something that they considered as, you know, like they mentioned this Dark Persian, but like this Aerodactyl is pretty rough too. But some of these other cards where they thought that they were saying they were pack fresh, I mean, they're really not. But there are some that are pretty decent. I haven't ran into any errors yet. Like I was hoping that Haunter might have the smear on it. But got a nice Japanese, was a Split Earth. I'm not sure. It's E4. It's like the equivalent of one of the two sets for Skyridge. Like that one wasn't English. I thought it was, because I think in the picture all I could see was first edition Dark Dug Trio. Like it was pretty zoomed out, but it's kind of cool seeing some of these cards. Like this might end up being a decent card to sell. I mean, I don't know. It might be one that's worth grading. I haven't pulled them out yet. Gyarados, Kangaskhan, Moltres, but there's a lot of hollows here that would give me a pretty good start on the binder sets. But this Blastoise, I did not know about, you know, this, I mean, that's pretty heavy. That's like a piece of candy right there. So it's like some kind of heavy damage on it. But definitely, it's not the stage error. It's not the illustration error. It's not the red dot error. It's not the second red dot error. So it hits none of the main errors that you could have for Blastoise. But that's the kind of thing that I always look for. Kabutops, got a Dark Slowbro. Nice swirl, and then finish off with the Electrode. And there were a few of those no symbol jungle errors. I don't know if you guys saw that, but there were a few. I think it's not that one. I want to say it was Nidoqueen and Kangaskhan, so those two. So that was pretty cool seeing that as well. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just a little collection buy. I realize this something like this isn't even worth as much as like one of those, typical Blaine's Moltres, just as an example, or some of the other graded cards that I haven't been showing lately that I've been picking up. But I thought it was cooler to see, this kind of collection, because this is something that, like I said in the beginning, I used to build my business off of. I would find things for my personal collection, then I'd sell the extras, and eventually got to where I would just buy certain set collections. I didn't need anything from it, and I would just resell it. And there's ways that you can do that even now with collections. If you go and search on eBay or Marketplace or wherever and find these collections where people are willing to just move everything at once, they don't want to have to deal with it. Well, if you're the person who's willing to deal with it, put the time in, and stretch the cards out, you can find ways to build your collection as well as profit off of the collection that you just purchased. And then you'll still have extras left over afterwards, and you can find ways that you can sell those, move them, or even just give back in a way that you wouldn't be able to, whether if you were just buying from packs and trying to pick up cards that way or go at them individually. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll have another one coming out soon with another Shadowless deck. Thanks.